Hi there everybody, how's it going? This is Matt the Tomato right here, and welcome to Emperor. That's right, this is the long-awaited DLC for EU4 that a lot of people have been saying is quite possibly one of, if not the best DLC that EU4 has ever come up with. So, we're going to play a game here where I have got the new DLC, the Emperor DLC, and I've upgraded to the 1.3 patch, which is labelled the Austria patch. So for those of you who are perhaps a little bit worried about that Russia playthrough that I was doing, relax. I have actually finished recording the Russia playthrough, and I finished that before I bought the DLC, and now I've just gone and started another game, basically. So the Russia playthrough will be finished, so relax about that. But let's dive into Emperor then. So I haven't actually had a look at the maps or anything like that. I followed a couple of the dev diaries, but I haven't really been following too heavily. But I have been extremely excited for this this DLC. So let's have a look at the map. Okay, so France has gone back to its vassals over here. That was one of the big things that did happen. Now, my question that I want to understand is, because of all these subjects, you know, obviously France has the ability to summon up quite a bit of manpower and stuff like that now as a result of all these vassals. But they are perhaps limited in terms of powerful alliances. So before they might have allied themselves up with, say, you know, Castile or something like that, or even the Ottomans, or I don't know, and it could have made things a little bit fun, and obviously it made things quite challenging for when it came to the surrender of Maine for England. So I want to know whether that has been made easier or not, and so the easiest way to do that is, well, to play as England. So let's go ahead and play as England, and I'm just going to play in normal mode. I'm not really very good with Iron Man and stuff like that, but I don't really play the game for the achievements, I play the game for the fun of it. So yeah, we're going to play a game as England here, and we're going to see what happens. So the first thing to note there is France no longer guarantees Scotland, which is quite an interesting feature to note. I like some of these other map changes, like Croatia and the HRE and stuff like that. I'm liking some of these. So let's go ahead and close that, and let's assess our situation here. So playing as England obviously has some benefits in that you get the Parliament and stuff like that, which I think is a really powerful mechanic. But yeah, so let's assess this situation. So oh, they do guarantee Scotland, so they use up however many relations here to do that. That's kind of interesting. Okay, fair enough. Interestingly, France does not rival me. Okay, that's a really... They obviously hate my guts, but they don't actually rival me. That is really interesting. Okay, so we have to decide whether we want to push for the Union, or whether we want to push for, say, I don't know, say maybe we just want to attack them and destroy them, or do we maybe want to take over their vassals? Is that something we might be interested in doing? I don't know. We've also got Burgundy, so that's a bit of a shame. Burgundy does hate us. That is marginally annoying. Denmark hates us. That's not too much of a problem. But one thing that is actually a little bit interesting is both Castile and Aragon are friendly, which could be really strong if we were able to bring in both Castile and Aragon into a fight against France. Because then also the other thing is, if we could bring them both in, then it stops them attacking each other, because they'll be on the same side in the war. So that could be interesting, to say the very least. We do have Portugal as an ally from straight off the bat, and I don't know whether I want to keep that or not. I'm not sure. I'd rather ally up with someone like Austria, who actually hates France. So I'd rather ally up with someone like Austria. So if we could get Austria, Aragon, Castile, I think we'd be in a really good position. So the first thing I'm going to do immediately is I'm going to group all of my troops over here, and I'm going to immediately move over to France over here. Now we have 6 heavies, 18 transports. That's not bad. Okay, let's make use of the heavies, which we'll definitely want to do, and I might also pack the lights in there for now as well. So that could be a decent thing to do. So there's a number of changes. Obviously, we do need to think about the idea of government reforms and stuff like that. Fair enough. That's yeah, okay. We also have to think about this, the big old looming disaster over here that is the War of the Roses. So we need to have an heir. One of the following must be true: have an heir, dynasty, York, Lancaster, or Regency Council, yeah, stuff like that. Okay, so that is obviously a big problem. The other thing I want to look at is, how has this changed? Ooh, okay. So there are some new privileges and things like that you can assign to your estates and whatnot. So, Crown Land no effect. All estates will gain 10 loyalty by gaining money. Ooh, sell all 10% of Crown Land to the estates. So, certain provinces get allocated to the estates and stuff like that. We can also seize land as well. Interesting. Okay. So if we look at the privileges, we can do some different land rights and stuff like that, which give the loyalty and things like that. And they have different benefits depending on what kind of privileges we decide to give them. So we can give them a monopoly on wine, for example, which means we don't get any income from wine, but we do gain some money and gain some mercantilism. Interesting. Okay. Some of them have negative things, like this one gives you -5% morale of armies. But morale of armies when at war with heathens or heretics increases. So yeah, there's some interesting effects and stuff like that that can be done. So I'm thinking that I suppose we could increase governing capacity. That'll be quite good. We could also go with some yearly papal influence, I suppose. Might just take some monthly administrative power, but then, of course, that means the clergy don't really like us. And we also lose some crown land by doing that. Yeah, true. Yeah, plenty to consider there. Might take this one. This is quite a good one. Yeah, go on then. We'll grab that one. So we'll give them a monopoly on wine. So that gives them a little bit of extra loyalty. We also get a bit of tax modifier from that as well. And this is their influence. Sure. Okay. So that's quite good. Crown land, yeah, there are potential pitfalls here as well. Might go with the yearly papal influence as well, although we can't do that one because you have to have at least 20 papal influence. Right, okay. I like this one as well, though, the monthly admin powers. That's quite a good one. Okay, let's have a look at the burghers then. What can we grab from these guys? Again, we can do the same similar sort of thing. So monthly Diplo points at the expense of Crown land, that's true. Diplo advisors costs cheaper, that's not bad. This is the big mercantilism one over here, that's not too bad. I like the development cost reduction over here, is quite a nice one. This one's not too bad as well. Interest per annum yearly inflation, yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, okay. This one has absolutely zero effects at all, apart from a bit of loyalty and changed absolutism. I suppose we could grant that one. There we go. I don't know. Let's just start with that, because that's very, very experimental. There's a lot of things you can do with that. No doubt people will come up with some excellent strategies for manipulating the estates. So we have governing capacity over here. Yep, sure. Okay, sure. Do we have the... So we have the 100 Years' War. Okay, some interesting missions there. Okay. Technology could be a problem. So we have too few seats. We also need to start a debate. So let's go. Anything that will help us at war is probably a good idea. I think I'm going to grab land maintenance modifier and land attrition, actually. So we can, perhaps do some military support. Placate the clergy. They get a little bit of influence, sure. Placate the merchants, sure. Don't think I fancy bribing. Yeah, allow use of crown lands. That's fine. Yeah, sure. Go on then. We'll make sure that passes. So that's going to be useful. We also have too few seats in Parliament here, so we need to assign a few more seats to Parliament. So I guess Hampshire is probably a good one. Yep, sure. Okay. Montgomery can be one, I suppose, to represent Wales. That'll be fine, and then let's go over here with Cumbria as well. It doesn't matter too heavily, although if you base like your parliamentary seats in provinces that have high tax income, for example, then you can really tank some stuff here. Okay, so let's announce some rivals. So naturally, I'm going to go and announce France. That is most definitely a thing. Definitely not Castile. They rival. Oh, this has changed as well, so we can see a little bit more about other people. I guess I'll rival Denmark, that's fine. And I guess I'll rival Scotland. Now, I don't really want to rival Burgundy. I'm hoping that I might be able to swing them. But actually, yeah. So let's go ahead and drop into Castile and say alliance. And let's drop into Aragon and say royal marriage. excellent. You don't have to wait a day anymore for things like this to happen, so that's kind of interesting. So we'll go royal marriage, and then let's also go royal marriage in Austria. There we go. So we have a queen consort now. Brilliant stuff. Okay. So that's actually quite useful. Okay. So money-wise then, 445. If we can hire an advisor for morale or anything like that, yeah, morale of armies. That's almost a given, I think. Apart from that, I think we just want to go up to our force limit here. Yeah. Let's go up to our force limit. Right, we can build some more ships as well if we wanted to, but no, I'm just going to go straight up to my force limit. We don't need to do any conversions. No, there's nothing like that. We can assign diplomats and stuff, but no, let's not do that. Okay, we got forts, everything like that. I think we're just about ready to rock and roll here. We're moving trade from a couple of trade nodes, that's fine. Yeah, so let's rock and roll and see what we can achieve. Let's begin the game. So... we'll see what happens with the French here and what they decide to do. But yeah, I don't think they'll pick up any other allies or anything like that. So they have allied themselves with Scotland, so that's interesting. Okay. So, that could in fact be very, very interesting. Right, I thought I moved my troops over here. I'm sure I did. Okay. Right, group together here. Humiliate rival, blah, 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 blah. Right, can I pick up an alliance with Aragon? When? Right, I hope I get that before anything else happens here. Royal marriage from Portugal, sure, okay. Alliance from Austria, great news. Okay. And all I need now is this alliance with Aragon. There we go. Right. So in the meantime, I think I'm just going to go ahead... Actually, let's royal marry into Castile there as well. That could be really interesting, because there could be some interesting some things happening here. Yeah, so War of the Roses, ruling dynasty, not law. Stability less than 0. I suppose we could... Well, we don't have the admin points to do that. Is there any way to pick up power points anymore? All estates will gain loyalty. Yeah, don't think there is. Governing capacity. Look, I suppose monthly admin power over here at the expense of Crown land, but no, it doesn't look like missionary maintenance cost is a good one. I like that one. That could be really, really useful in the long term. Oversight by the clergy is just a bit of loyalty, I suppose. So that's kind of good. Okay. No, there's no way to actually just tank points anymore, I don't think. No. Don't think there's a thing anymore for that. So, when it comes to increasing stability and stuff like that then, so 90 is currently... Yeah, okay. We have a ruler that's calm as well. I forgot about that. Yeah, chance of new heir is a real pain in the ass, but, yeah, alright then. Okay, so my question now is, now that I've got all those alliances and things secure, oops, that's Ingolstadt, that's one of the new provinces in the HRE, I need to improve relations over here, that's fine. The big question really here is, could I in fact declare war? Can I declare outright war here? Scotland and Provence will both join. Yeah, I've only got humiliate rival, you see. So, let's build a spy network. It's at the very least a good start. Right, let's make sure we got all of these guys here and all of these guys here. Right. Jagellan for Poland, fair enough. Okay. So what casus belli do I actually have? Right, I've got a Reconquest CB on Armagnac. I see. Okay, that's how it works. So you can go down here and I can declare war on Armagnac, but only Castile would join that one. Fair enough. Right, okay. So it could be the case that with Castile, Aragon and Austria coming in here, we might not need to have so many troops over this way. But we'll see. Because I could maybe group together and go up this way. The other thing I could potentially do is declare on Scotland. Yeah, but again, only Castile would join, so we'll look into it. But I'll see whether the surrender of Maine fires. I could do with it firing now, in all honesty. That could be really, really good. But for now, let's just improve relations with everybody. We obviously have the land maintenance modifier and things like that. We have papal... So this has also changed. So there's a lot of other things you can do over here. So we've got the Golden Bulls. There's a possible Golden Bulls that the papal controller can enact. Curia powers, cost, and stuff like that. Yeah, okay. Imperial authority growth modifiers. Loads of cool things. We can also... Curia coffers. Offer a turn to the Curia to fill the treasury. Fair enough. So we are offering 0.93. Fair enough. You can buy indulgence. Gain 1 yearly papal influence for 5 years. So you can spend money to gain extra papal influence. Fair enough. Okay. Interesting to say the very least. How are we doing money-wise? We're actually doing okay. So let's have a look at maybe... Actually, a bit of extra diplomatic reputation might be really, really handy. And I suppose national unrest is probably going to be pretty useful now as well for all of this. So yeah, we don't have a lot of PowerPoints coming in. I think I might actually go ahead and switch to admin focus. I think that's going to be quite important. And we can pass the advancement of religion. I don't think we need that right now. That's not necessarily a thing that we need. Castile is likely to vassalize Navarra here. So yeah, this could be very, very interesting in that we may be able to... how strong is France going to be? That's the big thing right now. So nobody has admin, nobody's at +1 stability or anything like that. So yeah, there mustn't be a way to tank points anymore. How does this mechanic work here? Okay. Governing capacity. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah. Alright. So, yeah, this is still progressing quite horribly. 1st of January, okay, yeah, fair enough. Right. So, let's speed up a bit here then. See how we go. I'm really excited for this. I'm so excited. But also, this is an interesting playthrough. This is a really interesting playthrough. So, the Kingdom of Italy and the Empire. This is one of the new... I think actually that is the... oh, goodness me. That's the Shadow Kingdom thing that they're on about. But there's a whole bunch of new events and things like that. Queen's Consort of the People. Ooh, even more national unrest. It would take us into to debt, though. I might just take the legitimacy. The increase in national unrest could be good fun. But, yeah, I think I'll take the legitimacy. And because I don't really want to go into loans straight away. I'm probably going to need loans for the war. If anything. The Law of Heresy. Okay, here we go. So this is one of the potential events that can, yeah, huge local unrest. Catholicism gains a massive reform desire and everybody else hates us. Don't really want the unrest, in all honesty. So I tell you what, let's go ahead and let them be. It's risque, but... France is influencing Foix. Okay, fair enough. That's one of their own subjects. So yeah, France is going to spend a lot of... I don't know how this is going to work out with these vassal systems. Because I actually started playing EU4 after the old days of all of the vassals that France used to have. So I don't know. I have no idea as to how this is going to happen. I also don't know if the surrender of Maine is still a thing. May or may not be. But I'm interested anyway. But at the very least, we can build up a claim and declare war, worst come to worst. But yeah, so does the ledger show you... Yeah, I think you get to... When you look at the declare war screen, it does show you how many troops are on either side, which is kind of interesting. So, I don't know, we'll see how this goes. We are at 4 of 4. We're improving relations with everybody, improving relations with Austria. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, yeah. And we have Portugal as well. So together, I think that could be quite strong. The whole of Iberia and Austria were to come in and attack France. The surrender of Maine. So it is a thing. Okay, let's have a look here. So, do we give Maine away? So let's see whether France goes to war. Here we go! The declaration has been made. Right, so, is anybody willing to join in? So, Castile, call to arms. Aragon, call to arms. Austria, call to arms. Yes. Portugal, they're all willing to join in. Right. Here we go. So, naturally, Scotland has obviously got involved here. So, first things first, let's put Mr. John Talbot in charge over there. And we actually have 50 points here, so I think I'm going to go ahead. I could actually roll the king here, with the hope that maybe he'll die. Let's go in here. Ooh, what's that? What's this one here? Allow friendly armies. Oh, that's just a little change over there. Okay, fair enough. Right, so we do have the army professionalism, stuff like that. Templates to fight. Okay, right, here we go. Here we fucking go. Do I immediately go into siege Paris? That's the question. Right, so how many troops have we got on the opposing side? There's masses in our favour here. But if all of that lot were to converge on me, I'd be in trouble. So, let's have a first look and see what happens. So, France has an army down there. Might just come in here. Right, won a battle over there. Good. Right, next stage. Let's come in over this way and blockade the Scottish coast. I think that's what we're going to do. Right, there's a French army there. So yeah, if we can perhaps do... Yeah, I'd love to go in there, really. The hope is as well that there be enough here and we can increase France's war exhaustion to the point where perhaps Burgundy will declare war. And they'll declare war on France. Hopefully. Anyway, so the war goal here for us is Paris. Right. Oh, yeah, we can complete the... I forgot about that. The 100 Years' War. Permanent claim on Ile-de-France and Champagne. Excellent. Levy the troops is what here? 60% manpower. Permanent claim on just about everything. Yeah, so we might want to grab that one when we're in a position to maybe subjugate Scotland. That looks like a defeat down there, but at the same time, the majority of the French army is kicking around down on the south there. So that's a distraction in our favour. Looks like, oh, that Castilian army is going to run in there as well. Need all these guys to come together. Austria's making their way across as well, which is good news. So, oh wow, that was a defeat. It was nearly a victory, though. They are going to attempt to seize Labour, which is normal. Right, we could do with some siege progress. Okay, so a golden bull has been picked by the Pope. Development cost and tolerance of heathens. Okay, fair enough. Interesting. See how that goes then. Right, so I'm sieging over here currently as well. I'd really like to get Scotland out of the war relatively quickly so that we can peace out. I'll continue building the spy network. I'll actually bring home the guy from Austria here. So I'm hoping that Austria might decide to occupy some of this stuff. Aragon's going in here for an interesting attack. Now, there are obviously a lot of vassals, so there is actually, in fact, a lot of troops. But I'm hoping that because I've brought all of these countries in, that there's going to be enough. Get in there really quick, and they might be able to win. And in fact, they have. They have defeated the French army down there. This siege needs to progress, and fast. I need to get into Paris, like, really quickly. I'll tell you what we can do, though. Let's detach a couple of infantry units. Go over there. We need to get a few occupations in here. That's going to be helpful. They're already at huge... They were already at medium war enthusiasm there. That was very interesting. Right, what do we got? So, trustworthy allies. Let's pick up some diplomatic reputation. That can't hurt at all. So, this fleet actually needs to come around here. I put this fleet in the wrong place because we need to blockade the where the fort is. I've most definitely put that in the wrong place. Okay. We're picking up some spy network construction here as well, which will contribute to siege ability. So I'm hoping that's going to help. Right, I'll be very interested to see whether maybe France makes a break for us here. Which they might decide to do. But de-sieging Maine is obviously going to help. Right, there are some Austrian troops kicking around here. Let's go over this way. So we may be able to... In particular, Austria is actually here. Oh god. Austria is over here and sieging Paris, which is very, very helpful. And there's a whole lot of people coming in at the south as well. So there's two different sides to this attack. And I'm hoping that it might convince Burgundy to come in, or to declare war on France as well, because France will be in the weakest position. And because we've got a lot of these good allies, they might be deterred from attacking me instead. I'm hoping that that's what's going to happen. Anyway, we're progressing with this siege now, which is helpful. So yeah, let's just take it nice and decent here. Right, Austria is also transferring all these occupations to me, which is great. So I'm wondering whether maybe we might be able to push for a union, or whether we just take land. The union is obviously strong, and we'd be in an exceptionally strong position if we did pull off a union. Yeah, all of these occupations are being transferred to me, which is excellent, and I'm extremely happy about that. Austria's going to run into some rebels over there, which is slightly annoying. Scotland's busy occupying stuff over here, but I don't care about that. Okay, so far so good. The quicker I win this siege, the quicker I can support Austria with this one. Because in particular at the moment, I cannot reinforce that Austrian stack until this siege is won. So, where has the French army gone? That's the concerning bit here. Oh, Naples is also in as well, because obviously Aragon has the PU, yeah. This is going quite well so far, and I'm a little bit concerned that it's going that well. I can't see the French army. They're already at medium war enthusiasm as well. Huge. Nearly won that siege in Scotland as well, which is even better. Because then I can peace out Scotland for some money, and then later on I can take a subjugation casus belli and just vassalize. Okay, brilliant. So let's put that army in there, and the reason for that is in case they decide to break the siege. Let's move over this way to this fort. There's also Anjou, because Provence is also involved. Okay, so one of the things I am noticing is with all these subjects, there are actually a lot more forts now, because each one has a capital fort, of course. So there's a lot more forts to tackle. But yeah, occupying Paris, obviously that gives us the war goal, which would be massive. Like, absolutely massive if we can grab that. I might go Union. I might do. We have Aragon, Castile, and Austria. If we can keep them all as friends, in particular, obviously, if Castile ended up with the Union over Aragon in the Iberian wedding, if we can keep them all as friends, then if we can get a Union over France as well, I'm very, very confident. I think we would also get all of France's subjects, would we not? Because they would be subjects of France, so I don't have to spend the Diplo points or anything like that. But France would be a subject of us. I believe that's how it's going to work. So if we had Castile, Aragon, Austria, and then France under a union with all their subjects, that's really powerful. We have won the siege of Dumfries. Okay. Question. Okay, not quite willing to white peace yet. A white peace is not necessarily what I want. I do, in fact, want to take some money. But otherwise, I just want to make sure that we smack up France here as best as possible. Battle of the Irish Sea, good. Okay, so we won that one. Let's move around here now. Might be able to battle some of those over there. We'll also take away a huge barrier in attacking Scotland and smacking up the rest of Ireland. In particular, after this, this is going to incur quite a lot of aggressive expansion, I think. After this, Navarre has become under PU under Aragon. That's funny, because that just means another few troops are added to this war. But in particular, it would just give me a free hit to go and smack up most of Ireland. So, in order to do that, though, I need to complete levy the troops, and I need manpower at 60% for that, because I get a permanent claim on the whole land, whole area, if I can do that, which would be very, very helpful, to say the very least. Let's move these two out here and occupy this province. Just a little bit of extra war score is obviously really, really helpful. London is now the seat of a cardinal. Excellent. That's going to be really, really good. So one thing I should mention is I do not have the Rule Britannia DLC. So there's going to be no Anglicanism or anything like that. But we'd have to consider, obviously, which rulers we want to go with and stuff like that. So yeah, if I can... Which religion, sorry. If I can do this war and complete this war before the War of the Roses, that would be brilliant. Because then I can focus my full attention on killing the War of the Roses. whilst at the same time diplomatically be really, really strong. So let's see. A couple of sieges down here are about to be won as well. So there's a few new provinces and things kicking around in certain places as well. That's probably worth mentioning. Nowhere in and around here, I don't think, but I think there are a few in this zone that are going to be worth... Yeah. The downside, obviously, is if Burgundy went and declared war against France just as I wanted a union, that would be a bit of a pain in the ass. Oh, this is where France went. They went over here to Austria. That could be quite bad if Austria pieced out, but... okay, so Neapolitan succession has fired. That's a new event. So Naples is now independent. Yes. So Naples is now independent. Okay, they're still in this war, but they're independent. So that's what's happened there. More battles being won over here as well, which is good for us. Right, give me the siege of Paris. That's the big one. Ideally, I need the siege of Paris before the siege of Vienna falls, and then I'll look into piecing out some people. Yeah, a couple of sieges down here have just been won as well, so that's really, really helpful. So it might not matter that Austria goes here. Group together here. I'd like to win this siege as well, so I can piece out Scotland for some monies, which will be helpful. And a huge spy network in France as well. Come on, Paris. Yeah, so Vienna has fallen here. Might well be that Austria pieces out here. But it's distracted their armies enough that we've been able to come across all here. Also, by dumping my own troops in here, I'm going to maintain the siege progress, even if Austria were to peace out. So, yeah, that's another helpful thing to consider here. That fort's going to be won, that fort's going to be won, that fort's going to be won. Yeah, there's so many forts that are going to fall here. It's just literally Paris is contributing so much war score against us here. There we go. 45%. Paris has fallen. And so that means we complete the mission, isn't it? Strategic control. Gains force union casus belli on France. Well, we could just whittle them down to then force a union, but I was thinking about maybe trying to force a union over them here. Right, so Scotland has now lost its capital, so I can peace out here for some good stuff. So let's go ahead and peace out for all their money. I'm not going to take any provinces. I will get them to revoke their core on Man, though. Annul all treaties with France. Not that that matters too much. I could humiliate. Actually, I'm going to humiliate here. I'm not going to annul treaties with France. Yeah, let's humiliate. Power projection. Going to be very useful. Send demand. There we go. Right, so that gets them out the war. So, if I wanted to sue for peace here... 60% is union. And actually there would be no casus belli. Ooh, okay, that's what we're after. We want the 60%. We want the union. So, for that to happen, we need to get a little bit more war score. So let's start pressing around and occupying some of these small provinces here. Also, some of these forts are about to fall here, so that's good. I tell you what I can do as well. This army here can be dropped in around this way. So I'll move an extra army over just in case. So now that truce timer with Scotland is ticking down as well, so that's good. I would also like to go up to +1 stability. Yes. That's something I definitely want to do here. Right, forts are falling. Occupations are coming in. Is Provence willing to get out the war at all? No, okay. They were the only other ally that were called in. The rest of them are all subjects. Right, won the Siege of Orléans. Nice. Battle's taking place, but I reckon we might be able to peace out now. So once that battle is won... Actually, hang on. Whoa. Are they the French heavies? They are. Portugal's probably going to be okay with that. So Castile's coming in here anyway, so I don't need to go and help. Okay, let's do this then. Let's get the union. Everybody else has done some good work for us here. So, right, the rest of the army is available. So yeah, let's push this army back to London then, and move this army to Caen. I don't need this spy network anymore either. So I will instead improve relations with Castile, which is a little bit dicey because they hate Aragon as well. So yeah, I'll improve relations here, and I'm hoping, yes, we can peace out now for what we want. Brilliant stuff. I'm also going to take a pile of money here as well, and the reason for that is because it increases the timer but also makes them slightly less rich. I suppose we could get them to revoke some cause, but in all honesty, I'm just going to go for the Union. Could be interesting, though, to see how that happens, but let's send the demand. There we go. Excellent. Right. So, we have a union over France. Excommunicated ruler against Provence. Okay. Castile has announced Burgundy as a rival. Excellent. So, they are absolutely rebellious as hell, which is normal. So the first thing we're obviously going to want to do is we're going to want to improve relations. We're going to want to do stuff like that. We've also completed a mission, which is here, subjugate France, which gives us 25 prestige, manpower recovery speed, and harsh treatment cost. Lovely stuff. Okay, so now begs the question as to whether we can actually manage France now. So we'll have to look into managing France, see how we go with this union. So did France? They do keep their subjects. Okay, let's see how we go with that. And I'm going to announce Burgundy as a rival. Simple as. Okay, so then what we can do is we can embargo, basically. Okay, right, so I think I'm going to end this first episode of Emperor right here. So, we got 3 strong alliances, we've also got Portugal, and then we've got France under a union which has all its subjects as well. So, that's it for now, so cheers for watching, guys. Be sure to subscribe to follow the series, and join me next time for more EU4 and Emperor here with myself, Matt Tomato. See you later, guys.